today I'm making the creamiest vegan mac and cheese, and it has one secret ingredient that I think you're going to love. That is chickpeas. These little gems are about to become the best vegan creamy cheese sauce, and that's because not only do they add that creamy texture that we all love, but they also have protein and fiber in every bite. So that's one thing I really love about making this recipe. Honestly, I like making a lot of things with chickpeas, so mac and cheese just seemed like a natural fit. So let's get started. It begins with making the sauce, and what you'll need for that is a food processor. And you'll notice that in my food processor that there are some crumbs in here. That's because I've already made the breadcrumb topping, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can go ahead and just make it in here, wipe it down, and then we're ready to move on to the chickpea sauce. So what we have here is 1 can of chickpeas. I went ahead and drained them and gave them a good rinse, and here they go. I'm also going to add 1 raw carrot. This is like a medium-sized carrot that I've cut down into chunks. I've got ½ cup of nutritional yeast flakes. A teaspoon of garlic powder. Around a teaspoon of these are dehydrated onions. And I have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I have 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I squeezed this from a fresh lemon. I think it does add really great flavor. Here I have 1¼ cups of vegetable broth. You get all of that in there. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And 1 tablespoon of, this is miso paste. And I love using miso paste because the sodium content that's in miso, I think, is a little bit better for you. It doesn't have as much of an impact as, say, table salt. So I love miso paste, in addition to the fact that it adds just a nice, flavor. Cheese has kind of a funky flavor to it. Tangy, I guess, is the word we would use. And so we want to recreate that in our vegan cheese sauce. So let's go ahead and blend this up. Let's see what we've got. That looks pretty good. I love this. One thing I wanted to point out is there are a couple of things that you can do that can add even more flavor to this sauce and color. So I want to talk with you about a couple of add-ins that I love trying. I love playing around with recipes. So even when I have an existing recipe that I absolutely love, I still like to play around with it. So mustard powder is another really great way of adding just some tangy flavor. So, and trust me, this won't make it taste like mustard, but it will just give it that kind of cheesy vibe. So I'm adding just 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. And if you like a really brightly colored cheese sauce, one great way to do that is just to get a bit beta carotene supplement, and you can just actually put it right in there, and it will create a nice, beautiful color. So let's go ahead and we'll just give it a blend one more time. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, that looks really good. It's nice. You can see little bits of carrots in there, but that's going to cook very nicely in this sauce. And if you have anything going along the edges that still needs more mixing, just wipe it out down the sides. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice cheese sauce. Now here's where I would recommend giving it a taste, because you may want more salt or maybe some ground pepper would be nice too. So I like to, at this point, give it a taste. I think it tastes delicious. I can definitely taste the nutritional yeast flakes, and it gives it that nice cheesy vibe. There's so many good things going on here, so I think it's perfect. So let's move on to transferring it to a pan. So what I have in this pan is I started with 3 cups of dry macaroni. I'm using whole wheat macaroni because I like the extra fiber. And I cooked it, just until it was, I would say, al dente, which means it has just a little bit of a chew left to it. It's not cooked all the way through. And that way, because it'll continue to cook as we put it in the oven next. So I'm going to pour this sauce. Get as much as we can off the sides here. And then we'll give this a stir because we want to make sure everything's nicely coated with the sauce. Look at that. That looks so good. Obviously, you can tell we've added the carrots for color, but it also adds some flavor too, which is nice. A little bit of sweetness is the way I would describe it. If you've ever had roasted carrots, they have a very nice vibe to it. I think some other great add-ins would be, we love adding little broccoli florets when we're making mac and cheese to give it, more color, and it's just very tasty. Another thing that you can do is add some veggie crumbles to give it this more of a protein boost, which is really nice. And I think another really good addition would be some sun-dried tomatoes, maybe chopped up throughout. That'll give it another, really good color. Smoked paprika would be another really good idea if you wanted to kind of a smoky mac and cheese. Oh, love it. So many great options. Okay, so this is going to go in the oven. I've given it a nice stir, and all the macaroni is coated. And this is, it's going to go in the oven, but first we've got to do the breadcrumbs. I promised you that I would tell you how I made this. This is 2 slices of Ezekiel bread. And to that, I added around a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of nutritional yeast flakes. And then to that, I kind of ground that up in the food processor. And to that, I added around a tablespoon of olive oil and a little bit of more of the miso paste to give it a salty vibe. So this is going to go sprinkled on the top because everybody loves breadcrumbs on top of mac and cheese. It just gives it that tasty vibe that we're all going for. So this goes in the oven. It's at 350. I'm going to bake it for around 50 minutes, and that's going to give that perfect flavor. Here's our finished chickpea mac and cheese. It's completely vegan. It's delicious, and it smells amazing. I'm so excited to get it out on a plate. Like I said before, you can definitely make this gluten-free. You have so many options for add-ins. To me, it's like the perfect dish to make on the weekend, and then you've got this nice big casserole to have as leftovers throughout the week. So I don't know about you, but I am so ready for a taste test. Mm, that is so good. Mm, perfectly cheesy. It's got some great umami flavor. I love the breadcrumbs with that. Definitely, it's got a nice buttery vibe to it, even though there's no butter in this at all. This is delicious. It's got all the flavors I'm looking for when I'm ready for some good comfort food. This is cozy comfort food at its very best. But it's also a little bit healthy because we have the chickpeas that it's adding protein and fiber. Oh, so delicious. So I highly recommend this recipe. And if you decide to make it, I would love to hear from you. What are your favorite add-ins? Are you going to go ahead and add in some veggie crumbles or some broccoli? What's going to be your favorite add-in to this dish? Because I want to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. It's always so fun when you're here with me in the kitchen. And if you like today's recipe, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more recipes coming your way every week.